Good day, YouTube. Hope everyone is having a lovely day. So today we are living in some crazy times. We got a lot of layoffs going on with Amazon, UPS, Microsoft, and a bunch of other tech companies. You turn on the news, all you hear is, them talking about layoffs. And it really is some crazy times because a lot of jobs are, going out because of the development of AI. And, people are really going to have to think twice about the things that they start doing as far as careers and work and, their ways of getting money. Earlier, me and my girlfriend were talking about what she's going to do because, she works in a technology job, and she was watching the news and they were talking about data analysts. And she's like, oh, you know what? I actually work doing some of the data analyst stuff. So, she's pretty concerned. She's trying to think about a plan B and everything of that nature. So I would love to sit here and talk about, how much it sucks and how crazy the world is. But that's the topic for another video. So I would like to talk about how we're going to overcome job layoffs and those hard times and things of that nature. Now, the first thing it comes to overcoming job layoffs is to save money. It sounds so simple, but when you have money saved, it is able to buy you time, and you're able to make a long-term decision opposed to a short-term decision because you're in survival mode. At that point, if you don't have any money saved, you're going to take the first job that you can find, and it may not pay what you want. It may not be something you want to do. You're just trying to survive and pay bills. So always have money saved. That way you're able to think of a long-term plan and do something that actually makes sense. Now, the next way to overcome job layoffs is to always have a plan B, C, D, you name it. You always want to be thinking about different ways to make money and what you should be doing next, because you never know when you could get that call saying that your job is gone. It's important to always have other connections going on, people that just different options. You want to know people who do all different types of jobs, and you want to be cool with them just in case you might need a different, change of direction in the future. Even if you aren't in jeopardy, you always want to be thinking, what if I have to leave? What if I get fired? You always want to have a different change of direction you can go just in case something goes wrong, because in this life, things tend to go wrong, and you don't want to be too dependent on a company or a job. You always want to have different avenues. You want to be self-sufficient. The next way to overcome job layoffs is to already have a side business or hustle going on. It's not enough just to have a plan. You need to already have something going on currently, something that you work on every day and something that you're already building, because you never know when that moment can happen. And when that moment does happen, you don't want to be behind and thinking, how can I survive? You don't want to be in panic mode. You already want to have some sort of business or something that you do every single day. That way, something's already making money or something's already growing. So you got something else to lean on. It's something we all learned from COVID and everything else that happened, is that we always got to have something else going on, because we never know when our world could just change suddenly. So the moral of the story in today's video is just always to be proactive. Always have money saved up, always have a plan B, and always have something else going on, because you never know when something can actually happen in your life, something that's going to change the trajectory of your life. You always want to be proactive in life, not just pertaining to jobs, but in everything else that you do, because something's always ready to go wrong. We always got to overcome something. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment, leave, subscribe, do all that type of stuff. I got a book on Amazon. It is called Overcome the Opposition. This book talks about how to overcome obstacles, how to beat any obstacle that you're facing, how to overcome just anything in life. It gives good tips about, who to keep around you, how to get your mindset right, and tips on how to take action and be consistent in whatever that you're doing. So check that out. It's on Amazon. It's a short book, but it says a lot in a short amount of time. We don't waste any words on that book. We get right to the point. So go check that out, and peace.